indecency, and intemperance at its most vile form. These are just natural consequences to your deadly sins that you must now atone for on our time. The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Welcome to another edition of Uncensored Radio. I am your host, the gold motherfucking standard, Melvin Mayhem, and I have a special guest with me, a returning guest, and a guest that you guys need to get used to hearing on these shows because he's going to be a prominent role player going forward, and I'm talking about none other than BCB's own, the LandLord. Welcome back to the show, LandLord.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me again.
It's good to have you here. We got a lot to talk about. This is a goodie show, and I'm definitely looking forward to revealing the news that we have. There's a lot going on in this league. The league is exponentially growing. I believe we had about 92 cards this last cycle, which was crazy. Let me double check that. Yeah, we had 92 cards. Battle Royale was stacked. We're coming off the pay-per-view with Caw. I'm not gonna get into that pay-per-view this podcast. I'm saving that one for the next BWE podcast. I'm gonna get into detail with that. This podcast is gonna be more specific to the league itself and what's going on. So you guys are all in for the ride. I'm gonna start with the title page for this cycle. Obviously this was January, cycle 32. We'll get right into it. Crest of Chaos champion was none other than your boy, A-Game Derek Ace, back on top. Next up, we have the Twisted Carnage champion. We have Chainsaw Saturday. Saturdays have been making a lot of noise since they came. Chokeslam and Chainsaw, ever since Dutch brung them over. And, they're starting to make some noise. Not just with their chainsaw, but they're making noise on the title page, I see. It's good to see that. Next up, we have Smoldering Sorrow champion. None other than Big Bad Mama Saturday. Court of Torment champion, we have Inazuma. Belt of Subtlety champion, we have Jasmine. Girdle of the Berserk champion, Chokeslam Saturday. So it's nice to see both Saturdays on the title page. They're definitely doing their thing, holding it down. I'm sure Dutch is smiling somewhere in the back. Infernal Vengeance champion, we have newcomers from the Order. These are the Highwaymen. One of the members of the Highwaymen, the Damn Builder. For anybody interested to know who they are, you will see their promo art in my latest report. Next up, Gun Belt of Hell champion, we have none other than MJ's number one fan of. I gotta ask. I'm still wondering, what the fuck is he a fan of? The guy's been in this league from like day one, and I still don't know what that question mark stands for. I think I'm gonna have to reach out to his manager and find out what exactly he's a number one fan of.
Fetish.
I'm gonna have to find out, and we'll reveal that in the next show. Next up, we have Chain of Echoes champion, another member from Order Highwaymen, the Pilot. Then we have Shattered Bloodlust champion, none other than Cupcake. She's a prominent figure in the women's division, of course. Then we have the Whispered Agony champion, Ice Scream Man, one half of the Homicidal Justice. Next up, we have Band of Distant Wars champions, Little Chick and Big Chick. Band of Distant Wars TV champions, newcomers, Timbo Slice and Jimbo Slice. Congrats. We also have Circle of Sanity champions, the Demolisher Basher, Demolisher Masher, Demolisher Thrasher, members of the Order. Again, these are all new, talent coming over from other leagues, and man, they made an impact right away. If I'm not mistaken, they also won IWA World 6 Gold. Congrats to them. Circle of Sanity TV champion, we have Catfish Bucky, Catfish Giant, and Catfish Monster, the DOD. And then, of course, the Battle Royal winner, and I don't know how she continues to do this, Little Chick. How is it that this little pint-sized midget woman is somehow beating another 20, 30 other people, including the guys, and winning these Battle Royals is beside me. No idea how she's getting it done, but kudos to Little Chick for continuously, pulling out these Battle Royal wins out her ass. I don't know what she's doing. I don't know who she's sucking off to pull this off. But maybe we'll ask her in one of these upcoming podcasts. All right, next up, some big news. And again, this is the reason why I even have you on these shows going forward. And this is something that, the managers are not aware of. We have been in discussions behind the scenes, as they say. And I would like to take this time to officially announce the LandLord as the new general manager of Wicked Wars. Round of applause for the new general manager, GM. A few words.
That's right. Things are going to change around here.
What can we expect?
I can't tell you right now.
The man is sworn to secrecy.
Everyone will find out soon enough what's going down.
I mean, listen, there's no telling that, you're a man that knows what you're doing. You have a vision. That's the reason I brought you on board. You've proven yourself. You're stable. The way you run your business, you're a man that likes to focus and get things done. And, it was a kind of a no-brainer. I knew I needed a general manager. The company is, again, like I said earlier, is getting huge. And I'm humble enough to know that I can't do it myself. And I needed some help. And you were the first person I thought of. Your reputation precedes you, my friend. So congratulations on the promotion. And I'm looking forward to many, many great things. Having you alongside me, running this great league that we're all a part of. And with that, there is another announcement because of the fact that the league is so big now. Get 92 cards. The trash talk, I believe we had about 56 write-ups, which is crazy. I think that's probably, I don't know if that's a record or not, but that's a lot of write-ups. That means everyone's being vocal, which is great. No one's staying quiet. Due to the size of the league, I think it's time that I revisit something that I attempted before, but the timing wasn't right. You know what I mean? But this time it seems like this is the perfect time to do this. With that being said, what I'm speaking of is none other than a WWL brand split.
Awesome.
Yes, folks, you heard that right. Wicked City is about to be split right down the middle. We will have 2 brand new divisions. With these divisions comes new titles. With these new titles becomes new pay-per-views. With these pay-per-views come new opportunities for everyone involved. I'm going to be heading up one of these divisions. And of course, you, LandLord, will be heading up the other. What are your thoughts on this, overall having a brand split? And are you in agreement that the timing is right now in Wicked City for this brand split?
Definitely. The time is now. I mean, the league is at just about 100 cards. It's just going to get bigger with all the new people coming in, winning U.S. tag, World 6-man, U.S. 6-man, like right away. This is crazy. Now is the time. So much new meat.
Fresh
Some people can hack it here. Some people can't hack it here. You come and last a couple cycles, you can't hack it here. You probably really can't hack it anywhere else. But
we've had some instances since my return where some managers came here and, they only lasted about a cycle or two. And they just, hightailed it out of here. They couldn't take it. They saw the competition. They thought that Wicked City would be an easy route towards titles. And they learned the hard way. This isn't a place where you can just come here and just, take over and think you can do what you're going to do. It doesn't work that way. Like here, you're going to earn these victories. You're going to earn these titles. And, it's not a walk in the park. And we've had, I believe the last ones to feel the wrath of Wicked City were the voice of the voiceless and his henchmen. It's testament to the competition here, in Wicked City. This is a very hard league, very competitive league to win in. So,
right. Nothing here.
Yeah. And because of that, I think now, with this brand split, you have you obviously we'll sit down and we'll look over the roster, which again is stacked. So it's not like one of us is going to have an advantage over the other. If you ask me, it doesn't matter how we split this, is going to be pretty competitive having these, these divisions. Obviously, we'll each have our own. You'll be able to, create your own pay-per-views now, create your own titles. And obviously, I'm going to be right there with you to make sure that goes smoothly. And then, we can get real creative and have some brand versus brand competition. What do you think?
Sounds good. There's over 100 active wrestlers to choose from.
Exactly.
Damn.
Not only that, but we also have a stacked women's division.
True.
And that just makes it even more compelling, and like, for instance, I could think right off the back how we can make it interesting, because right now, with everybody that's in the know with WWL, we actually have a Dark War series going on now, which is all women. And, we have Team Supreme Excellence. We also have Team Extreme Danger. So again, it's great to have, a lot of the women being prominent in the league as well as the men. The women are definitely not overlooked. I had some of them, participate in the recent Holly Wars pay-per-view. Some of them, felt they reached out to me afterwards thanking me, like, Commissioner Mayhem, thanks for the opportunity. Why'd you pick me? And I'm like, listen, it's about giving opportunity. You don't have to always be the best here to participate in these pay-per-views, especially cross promotions like this. I try to give a spotlight to whoever I feel needs it, that could use a nice rub. And, they did good. Even the ones that lost in the pay-per-view, they put up a fight, some of our rookies as well. So it was good to see that. I'm a fair person. I can be a dick sometimes, but I can be fair as well. And, I like what I see so far. I like the talent that we have. So I feel that this brand split is going to, generate a lot of attention, a lot of action for Wicked City. And I'm looking forward to it, man, especially with you running the other one. I can only imagine how great, you're going to run things over in your division. We haven't thought of the names yet for these divisions. Again, this is brand new information. This is hot off the presses. This is something we just recently discussed. So, LandLord and I still have to iron out some things and get some things straight. But by next cycle, we're definitely going to have our rosters in place. You're going to see it in the report. And just, join us and hang on for the ride, because Wicked City is about to get even crazier than it is right now. All right, next up, let's get into these tournaments. Obviously, we had the brand new tournaments take place this cycle. This is round 1. I have 3 of them actually taking place. For those that don't know, there's number 1 contendership for the Twisted Tandem. We have number 1 contendership for the Trilateral 6-man. And we also have Battle Royals taking place, women only, women exclusive Battle Royals that is going to lead up to a triple threat to become the first ever Matriarch champion in the women's division. Again, that title is the Merciless Matriarch is our women's version of the Intercontinental. It's going to serve as a 24/7 title, which means it will be defended each and every cycle. Actually, with that being said, congratulations to, I believe it was Chokeslam Saturday, who is the new Restless Souls Intercontinental champion. So congrats to him for overthrowing Agent Nave, who's had the belt for like 4 cycles now. I believe he won it from Tuesday Doomsday. So it's nice to see the changing of the guard with one of the titles. Not sure he's going to have it leading up to Face Off. Again, he might lose it. He might lose it this cycle. Depends if somebody wants to sign up against him. Again, if you want to sign up for those Intercontinental titles, just sign the match on your end as Intercontinental title match. I'll track it. And, if you pull off the victory, you will become the brand new Intercontinental champion for your respective divisions. So, with that being said, let's get into these tag tournaments. Twisted Tandem tournament. Again, round 1 took place this last cycle. In round 1, we had Little Chick and Big Chick versus Gotch and Tooth TNT, and Little Chick, Big Chick advance to round number 2. Next bracket, we have Chloe and Maddie. They took on Blade and Nightmare, and Chloe and Maddie advance also to round 2. Next up on the other side, we have Matt and Nick Jackson versus Alan and Nyla Flo, and Matt and Nick Jansen. I keep saying Jansen.
What?
Matt and Nick Jackson advanced to round 2. And then finally in the tag tournament, we had Skeleton and Soldier versus Chainsaw and Chokeslam. And of course, Chainsaw and Chokeslam advanced to round 2. So now in round 2, it's going to be Little Chick and Big Chick versus Chloe and Maddie. And then we have Matt and Nick Jackson versus Chainsaw and Chokeslam. What do you think of that second round of this tag tournament?
Oh, that's the best of the best right there.
This was by design. I reached out to all the managers and said, give me your best. And these are the people they have going against each other. And, whoever's in round 2 they're there for a reason. They're not there it's not luck that got them there. So round 2 is definitely going to be stacked in the tag division.
I mean, they're lucky BCB didn't enter the tag team tournament because...
Speaking of BCB, let's get to the Trilateral. First round, we had Daddy's Girls 1, 2, and 3 versus your boys Mendoza, Ace, and Jackson. And of course, BCB goes on to round 2. Now again, those Daddy Girls are no pushover. What did you think of that matchup?
They're no pushover, that's for sure. But now they're back in the kitchen.
Making sandwiches.
Put your work in.
That's right. Put that work. If you can't work on the street, work in the kitchen. Next up, we had Bogart, Buddy, and Brando versus Sweet Dragon and the Beast of Lego Vadan. And of course, Bogart, Buddy, and Brando advanced. So it's going to be BCB versus Bogart, Buddy, and Brando. Then in the other bracket, we had Dutch, Duke, and Rasputin versus Ayatollah, Riot, and Trifosa of the Wicked World Order, and Duke, Dutch, and Rasputin advanced to round 2. And then finally, we have Mr. Hustle, Bingo Slayer, and Little Country versus Skeleton Soldier and Youth, and Mr. Hustle, Slayer, and Country advanced to round 2. So again, in round 2, it's going to be Mendoza, Ace, and Jackson of BCB versus Bogart, Buddy, and Brando. And then on the other end, we're going to have Dutch, Duke, and Rasputin versus Mr. Hustle, Slayer, and Country. What do you think about that trilateral round 2 coming up?
Pretty good matchups. But BCB is telling you right now, Dutch, Duke, and Rasputin will see you in the finals, brah.
I think so. I think that's where it's headed. I'm looking at the competition here, and I'm in agreement. I think it's going to be those two in the final, and BCB is hell bent on getting those titles back, and they'll become the first 2-time trilateral 6-man champions. So let's see if they can continue this journey. And they also pulled off a huge victory for us in the pay-per-view. So kudos to BCB, and your men are definitely holding their weight around here. So congratulations on that, LandLord, on having probably the best 6-man team in Wicked City. And finally, again, I mentioned this earlier, the Merciless Matriarch first battle royal took place today, and Inazuma, you have advanced and are the first entrant in the triple threat, which will go down at Face Off. So now congratulations to Inazuma. We're going to have to await the victors of the next cycle is 33 battle royal, then cycle 34 is battle royal, and then once I determine who all 3 are, they will face each other, for a chance to become the first Merciless Matriarch champion. What are your thoughts on that whole, battle royal every cycle, having that be the deciding factor on who becomes, the entrance for this triple threat, this huge triple threat at Face Off?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Gives a lot of opportunity.
Yes.
That way none of the women can say, oh, what about me? You had your chance for 3 cycles. If you didn't cut it in 3 cycles, then you don't deserve to be in that match. Kind of cut and dry, if you ask me.
Right.
Next up, just want to touch on real quickly the state of the BWE. For those that don't know, again, BWE is Brutal Wrestling Entertainment. Wicked Wars is now officially a part of it. We have some great leagues involved in BWE. We have the podcast going on right now. A lot of good things coming out of there. We have some great angles, some great storylines in the work that we're looking forward to putting out there for everybody to get them involved. So definitely stay tuned on all things BWE. So again, it's not just Wicked City that's involved in this. We also have the LSL, we have the BHL, the BBL, the GAL, CWL, and of course my favorite, Caged Animal Wrestling, Mr. Gavin Rothschild and his cretins over there in his promotion. Congratulations though, Gavin. Even as much as I despise your ass, I gotta give credit where it's due. Even though one of your little cohorts did interfere and cost me my match against you, and that did result in me having to reach out to a certain someone and get a bounty put on Miss Montana Lovestone. We'll get into that in the BWE podcast, but Montana, you are a wanted woman now, and we'll see what happens. So, LandLord, in closing, any last words for the beautiful citizens here in Wicked City and those listening?
All I can say really is stay tuned. You never know what's going to happen next.
I agree 100%. Again, the league we're heading in the right direction, and it's exciting times here for Wicked City. So, for everybody that's a part of the league, again, I just want to thank you all for being a part of this incredible ride that we're on, and for helping to make Wicked Wars one of the best, premier leagues in all of IWA. Again, there's a lot of things going on here that you're not going to find in other leagues. One of the main things, of course, its uncensored nature, letting the managers have creative freedom here, which is always great. And it's just, it's a different product. I like to put forward something that's bucks the trend, as they say. And I think I've been doing a good job with that, but I can't do it without the managers. If it wasn't for them, there'd be no Wicked City. So thank you all for, continuing to be a part of this league. And, we look forward to the next time and having more news and more things to come, and just get ready for this next report, because there's going to be a lot of interesting things in there, and, some more information regarding what we touched on today, especially the brand split and the new GM role. So until next cycle, you take care, everybody. God bless. LandLord, it was a pleasure having you on, and I'm definitely going to see you soon. Take care, everyone.